Hi, I'm Eileen Ward, the Wicked Gardener. Today we're going to talk about palm trees. We have hundreds of different varieties of palm trees here in Florida, some native, some not. There are palm trees that we use that are very large. We use them as specimens in our yards, and we also use them for border plantings, for privacy, and in pots on our patios. So you want to choose the right palm for the right place. Some have a single trunk, some have multiple trunks, and they are all used for different purposes. They also come in self-cleaning palms and palms that need to be cleaned. The self-cleaning palms, like the royal palm, the Eureka palm, the Christmas palm, those will shed their fronds automatically with time. When you have to clean a palm, you're talking about queen palms and Bismarckias, they don't automatically shed their fronds, so you have to hire someone to come in and clean. Either way, it's going to cost you a bit of money. The self-cleaning fronds, make a mess and you have to clean them up and pay to get them taken away. Or the palms you need to clean, you'll have to pay a tree trimmer to come in and clean them. And the other thing to remember, when you're cleaning a palm tree, do not remove green fronds unless you absolutely have to. Those green fronds they store the food for the tree. They manufacture new food that the roots are using and to grow new fronds with. They also provide girth or diameter for that trunk. When you're cutting your fronds off all the time and spiking a tree into a little telephone pole, you're taking away the strength that surrounds the heart of the palm tree, and that makes it more susceptible to wind damage. Which brings me to the next subject, a subject called hurricane cutting. Is a very, very bad idea. And the name really shouldn't be hurricane cutting, because when you do that to a palm tree, you do make them more susceptible to wind damage during a hurricane. So leave the fronds on the tree. I once read an article that you should never trim a palm tree, period. I personally don't trim my coconut palm. All of the debris up in there attracts insects, and the insects attract birds, and rats like to nest up in there, and I'll tell you, I'd rather have a rat living in my palm tree than in my attic any day. I wanted to show you this beautiful pygmy date palm. So many people trim these. They cut all of these beautiful lower fronds off, and you end up with this spike of fronds in the center. This is what a pygmy date palm should look like. It should be weeping and full all the way down. If you're going to trim it, just trim your dead brown fronds from the inside of the tree, but don't destroy such a beautiful, beautiful tree as this. The Eureka palm is one of the palms that are self-cleaning. It's also one that they use for a border palm to separate your properties for a little bit of privacy. As a self-cleaning palm, you're going to end up with debris from the tree on the ground that you're going to have to pick up on a regular basis, as well as go in and clean them out occasionally. So you can see that while you might save some money on maintenance and having a tree company come in and clean them, you're going to be picking up palm fronds on a regular basis. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and trim this palm tree, and really the only thing that needs to be done here, you've got a broken frond here, so we're going to cut that off, and then some of the dead, spent flowers that are gone, the seed pods. So you want to come in with your pruning saw and just cut off the one frond that was broken. And then you want to come in and you want to cut off your dead seed pods. So that's all you do. You don't want to take off these beautiful green fronds because the tree is using them. When you're trimming a palm tree, you want to be careful that you don't go into the material in the middle. The heart of your palm tree, or the terminal bud where the tree grows from, is actually right here in the heart of this palm tree. So when you do hurricane cuts, as they call them, quite frankly, they make a tree more susceptible to damage in a hurricane. You take away all the girth that you get and the strength from these palm fronds coming out. You cut them off, and then they die like this, and then they're not as strong anymore. And the top of your palm tree can then bend and break with the wind. So don't cut your green fronds off of a tree unless you absolutely have to. They're starting to die, they're interfering with something fine, otherwise leave them on the tree. Thank you for joining me today as I talk to you about palm trees. I hope you learned something, and I want you to follow me, the Wicked Gardener, as I unlock the secrets of your subtropical landscapes. It'll be a great adventure.